Hi everyone. In this video I'll be showing you how to play along with Bugler's tune. You'll learn how to use your right hand thumb and index finger playing the open strings on your classical guitar. It's Dr. H here. If you're new, please be sure to subscribe, hit the like button, and ring the bell so you don't miss any new play along videos and tips I'll be sharing. Be sure to stick around to the end of this video where I'll be answering some bonus questions about the play along. Let's begin. Alright, so today we're going to be playing Bugler's tune. This piece has 3 notes and we're playing 3 strings on the classical guitar. So the notes are D, G, and B. And I'll talk later about how your thumb and fingers should work to do these. For now, let's start with Bugler's tune. 1, 2, ready, and... So that's Bugler's tune. Now we're going to go at 60. 1, 2, ready, again. Alright, this time we're going to put Bugler's tune up to 80 beats per minute. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, and... Alright, Bugler's tune is actually marked at the quarter note, should be 56. So if we put the quarter note at 56, that means we're going to be playing eighth notes at 102. So here we go. 1, 2, ready, and... match Bugler's tune. Here we are at the Q&A bonus section I mentioned at the beginning of the video. Some questions that you may have about this play along. So my thumb is easy to use, but it's harder to play with my index finger. Why is that, right? So now I'm going to talk a little bit about how to use your index finger along with your thumb so that you get a little more understanding about how the two should work, and also hopefully increase your comfort level and stability for doing it. So as we explained in the So Re video, when you play with your thumb, you're pushing the string down a little bit in towards the guitar, and your thumb comes to rest on the string below the one you're playing. So if I'm playing D, my thumb is just going to roll off the string and sit on the G. Okay? Likewise, if I'm using the G and I'm playing G, my thumb's going to roll off of G and sit on the B, which is the string below it. Okay? So when you use your index finger to pluck the B note, the motion is different because we're using our finger instead of our thumb. However, the direction that the string is going to travel when we pluck the string is going to be the same type of direction. So we're actually pushing the string down into the guitar. We're letting our fingertip roll off of the string, and our fingertip is resting on the string above the one we play. So if I'm playing B, my fingertip is going to rest on the G above it. Okay, it's going to the string above it. So if I'm on the second string, my index finger is going to sit on the third string after playing that. So the kind of feeling that it should have, I described like this. When we play and we use one finger and sort of drag that finger across the strings, that's the kind of motion that you're going to feel and hear when you use one finger. Right? Instead of dragging it across everything, we're just dragging it across one string. So every time you play the B, that's what you do with your index finger. Okay? So the thumb is into the guitar, and then the index finger pushes in the opposite direction, but also down into the guitar. And that's how the finger and the thumb should work when you're plucking these notes for this one. The next question that may appear is, when I look at the page, I'm getting confused about all these notes because there's 3 different notes and which one is which on the guitar. So as you look at the page, the bottom note or the lowest note on the staff that you're seeing is a space note, and that's your D. Now the D is the second note in the piece. The first note of the piece is actually above D on the page, but it's below D on the guitar, so it's the next string down. So if D's on the 4th string, G is on the 3rd string. And then finally we have the new note compared to the So Re music that we did in the last video. And the new note is B, and this is the note that we're playing with our index finger. The B is a line note, and it's in the exact middle of the staff. So the staff has 5 lines, the B is that middle note. And one way I like to say to help remember line notes is the old cliche, every good boy does fine, or every good boy deserves fudge. You can make up your own acronym if you want. That's one that I grew up with. But that middle line note is a B, and I like to think of it as it's a note that's in the middle of the staff. So just like a bullseye is in the middle of a target, the B is in the middle of the staff. So bullseye starts with B. And finally, you may be getting a snapping sound or a popping sound when you play the strings of your guitar. One way to avoid that is to think about how you're plucking the string again. So usually if we're getting a popping sound, it's because we're pulling the string away from the guitar. And in order to avoid that, you actually want to push the string down into the guitar to get your sound. So if I push down, I get a pretty loud tone, right? If I pull, I also get a loud tone, but then I have that percussive snapping sound, right? Same thing goes for the B string. I can get a pretty good volume by pushing the string down into the guitar. I can also get a good volume by pulling the string up. But once again, we hear that slapping of the strings on the frets, and that's what gives us that click or that popping kind of sound. So the best way to avoid it is just to push the strings into the guitar instead of pulling the strings away from the guitar. So that's all for today's lesson. I hope you can use this video to improve your playing. I try to answer questions in the comments, so be sure to ask there. If you'd like to get to the next level and support the channel, then consider just subscribing to my lessons platform. I'll be having the links in the description below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.